This video is brought to you by Soundcore. The Soundcore Boom 2 has arrived and it's here to bring some serious sound and bass to any and all activities. Now, we have a lot to talk about in this video, so let's go ahead and jump straight into it. So first, let's start with the design and that build quality. So what we've got here with the Soundcore Boom 2 is a solid plastic build similar to Soundcore's previous Motion Boom and the Motion Boom Plus. It's lightweight, but it still feels substantial when you pick it up and carry it. It's also got that built-in carry handle right across the top, and it's got finger grooves cut right into the underside of it, so it makes it very easy to carry and gives you excellent grip. Now, there's still a silver mesh across the front with the Soundcore logo and a silver strip across the top of the handle with additional Soundcore branding. This is very similar to what we saw with the Motion 300 and some of the other smaller Soundcore speakers. They're kind of keeping that same family design all the way across the table. Additionally, the Boom 2 also features full IPX7 water resistance rating, and it also floats. So no worries using this speaker poolside or near water. If it happens to fall in, no worries about that at all because it's not going to sink down to the bottom. Lastly, we also have dual LED lights integrated into the passive radiators on either side of the Boom 2. And these LED lights feature 7 unique lighting effects, fully customizable colors, and they can also sync with the music. Pretty dope. So now let's move over to the controls. The Boom 2 has 7 buttons right along the top. You've got power, Bluetooth, volume down, play pause, volume up, partycast, and bass up. The play pause button is also a multi-function button that also serves as track control with a double tap to skip forward, a triple tap for previous track, as well as being able to answer and reject incoming calls. The buttons are responsive and they have a light tactile click so you know when you've activated a command. So now let's move over to the connectivity. The Soundcore Boom 2 can be easily paired with both Android and iOS devices in my experience. So I tested it with an iPhone 15 Pro Max, my iPad Pro, my OnePlus Open, and a Pixel 8 Pro. The Boom 2 is featuring Bluetooth 5.3 with SBC and AAC as the connection codecs. Multipoint connectivity is well for up to 2 devices, and it works well in my testing. Now, when it comes to Bluetooth range, I was able to get about 80 feet or 24 meters in my testing, and it could be up to as much as 100 feet or 30 meters if I didn't have any walls or obstructions in the way. So now let's move over to latency when watching video, and that's the lag between people's mouths moving and the sound that's coming out of the speaker. Now the lag here is minimal and nearly imperceptible, so overall very good when watching YouTube videos, Netflix, Hulu, any of the apps, no problems there. Now when it comes to mobile gaming, lag is a little bit more noticeable with shooting games like Call of Duty Mobile. I tested this a little bit. This isn't something I normally do myself. I don't normally game with portable speakers, but I just wanted to throw this in there for people that actually do this. Sadly, there is no low latency gaming mode with the Boom 2. Now, lastly, this speaker also supports PartyCast 2.0 as well as TWS pairing. Now, TWS pairing lets you connect 2 of these speakers in a left-right channel configuration. PartyCast would allow you to connect up to 100 of these speakers together. It's kind of overkill as far as the feature is concerned, but it's still kind of cool if you want to pick up a bunch of these speakers and set them up like all over your house or like a big room or something. Now, sadly, I didn't get a second sample to test either of these features with, so I can't say how well this actually works. So now let's move over to the battery life. Now, Soundcore was claiming battery life at 24 hours on a single charge, but that will vary based on volume level, LED lighting, as well as EQ settings like BassUp that will use additional power. So in my own testing, I was able to squeeze 15 hours and 6 minutes at 75% volume with BassUp active as well as the LED lights going. So that is a very noticeable difference in power. Obviously, when Soundcore does their own testing, it's usually done like around 50% volume in just like a standard mode. So they don't use the additional settings like BassUp or the LED lights. I do that because I'm trying to keep this test more like a real world type of test, the way that you or I would normally use this speaker. And that's the number that I came up with. So in my opinion, still very, very good considering how loud the speaker is at 75% volume. Now, recharging the speaker itself comes via USB-C, and you can find that port right around the back of this speaker. You will also notice an additional USB-A port, and this is here so that you can use the onboard battery as a power bank to recharge your mobile devices in a pinch. Kind of a cool idea if you ask me. So now let's move over to the app support. So with the Boom 2, you do get full access to the Soundcore app, and this app is available for both Android and iOS devices. Now, when you open up the app, you are going to see the speaker battery bar, a power off button, and a settings gear. More on the settings in just a sec. Now, below this, you will see the volume slider. You see a play pause button. You see a bass up toggle, and then we get into the EQ. So first up, you have the 4 EQ presets. You get signature, you get voice, you get treble boost, and balanced. Below that, you get the custom Pro EQ, and that's your 9-band, full band for fine tuning if you want to get that deep into it. Now, I went ahead and made my own EQ to try to suit my own preferences at the moment. You can feel free to pause here and try it for yourself if you wish, but more on EQ and the sound quality later in this video. Now, when we move over to the light menu, this is basically to control the LED lights on either side of the speaker. You get a brightness slider, you get an on and off toggle, you get the 7 lighting options, each of which can have the color customized by clicking on the color icon in the top right corner. Now, we go up to the top here and we hit the gear. That's our settings. And in here, you're going to see a speaker prompt toggle, a clipboard permission toggle, a button brightness, so you can go in and adjust like how bright you want the buttons on the speaker itself to be. You have your auto power off settings, you have your update firmware, serial number, the user manual, and a disconnect. Now, you don't have to download this app to use the Soundcore Boom 2. This app simply allows you to take full control over the sound quality and the lighting. That's it. No requirement to use it unless you want to. So now let's talk about the sound and the volume. Now, much like Soundcore's other party speakers, the Boom 2 is bringing that thump in a small package. It's similar to a 2.1 setup using dual tweeters for detail and an oval racetrack subwoofer to bring that low end into the mix. Now, with BassUp 2.0 enabled, the Boom 2 uses its full 80 watts, allocating 50 watts to the sub and 15 watts to each of the 2 tweeters. At full power and full volume, I was able to get 116.1 decibels of volume with the decibel meter about 12 inches away from the speaker. Needless to say, this speaker gets very loud. Now, is it the loudest speaker on the market? No, of course not. But it doesn't need to be. This is more than enough to fill my whole house with music, and it can easily provide tunes for a picnic, a beach day, or a backyard barbecue with the homies. No problem. And then we jump into the EQ settings. Now, with the Soundcore Signature EQ, this is basically the way that it sounds right out of the box. You get strong bass response with warm mid-range and a very laid-back treble. Not really my cup of tea. It's not bad, but not really my cup of tea. Then you also have the voice and the balanced EQs, but these were my least favorite as they seem to pull all the warmth out of the sound. Then you have the treble boost, and this one's pretty good at opening up the sound and giving much improved clarity overall. Now, I recommend using the treble boost EQ with extra bass toggled on. To my ear, this gave me the best mix for rich, warm sound that still has a nice bass kick without sacrificing the clarity on the top end. And you also still have the 9-band Pro EQ if you really want to get in there and dial things in for yourself. While I did create my own EQ, I actually prefer the treble boost with bass over my own custom EQ. But now let's go ahead and jump into some quick audio samples, both indoors and outdoors, so you can hear the speaker for yourself. Now, this would be a good time to put on some headphones or some earbuds. All right, outdoor audio test. Let's go. In the rain, baby.
Glass, smoking, let my mind fall. Plenty roaches, no ass, stepping on the critters, jitters going through my spine. Should be used to a state of a poor man's mind. It's just PB, no J, Kool-Aid, no sugar, oil in the bath, water for warm showers in winter. Work cooking, she clean. Mama was a magician, she switched it and turned the tub to a washing machine. Air drying your clothes, hanging up with my woes. Enemy was my friend and me laughing about all my lows.
All right, indoor test, 50% volume.
shot glass, smoking let my mind fall. Plenty roaches, no ash, stepping on no critters. Jitters going through my spine. Should be used to a state of a poor man's mind. It's just PB no J, Kool-Aid no sugar, boiling the bath, water for warm showers in winter. Work cooking, she clean. Mama was a magician, she switched it and turned the tub to a washing machine. Air drying and clothes hanging.
All right, and all of these recordings, both indoors and outdoors, were recorded on the Sennheiser MBO binaural microphones. Just FYI. Now, personally, I'm truly enjoying the sound quality of the Boom 2. Using the treble boost with BassEQ preset, it has a bright, warm sound as I mentioned before, and it still delivers that thump that I'm always looking for. So that was one of my favorite things that I loved about the original Motion Boom and the Motion Boom Plus was like the surprising amount of bass that you can get out of the speaker. It's truly something exceptional to experience out of something that's this small. Overall, it's very pleasant to listen to with a wide variety of genres. I listen to everything from Sade to Chris Stapleton to Sublime to Tupac, Rage Against the Machine, The Weeknd, Blackpink, etc. You name it, I probably listened to it with this speaker already. Stereo separation was also on point, and there is a good bit of soundstage as well with good quality source music. Overall, I'm truly impressed with the sound coming out of this speaker. So now let's give Soundcore some constructive feedback on the Soundcore Boom 2. Now these are two things that I've mentioned before, and I've done this on multiple occasions. Hopefully they won't fall upon deaf ears yet again. Firstly, there's no 3.5mm aux input. So this feels like an easy addition. It's not like there isn't any room in this speaker to do this. So this would give us further connection flexibility, especially for people who use devices that don't have a Bluetooth connection. You're basically kind of capping it off for a certain part of the market to not be able to just aux into it. So I think that'd be kind of an easy thing to do. That's just me personally. Maybe it isn't, but that's just my thoughts. And then also having a low latency mode for improved viewing and gaming experience. Now, like I said before, I don't personally game while using Bluetooth speakers, but once again, I have had people in my comment section saying that they needed to use speakers in this way. Like they indeed do game with Bluetooth speakers. So if, we can cover all our bases, why wouldn't we, right? So I don't know. It'd be kind of cool to see both of these things in the future. Whether or not Soundcore listens to me and implements either, I don't know. But at the very least, I just wanted to bring things to their attention. So if you're interested in checking out the Soundcore Boom 2 for yourself, check out the links I'll leave in the video description. If there is a discount code, I'll leave that down there for you as well. Those are usually limited to time, so hopefully you'll jump on that quick if you want to take advantage of any kind of discounts that are happening right now. With that out of the way, and for full disclosure, this video was sponsored by Soundcore, as I said at the very beginning of this video. Despite this, they received no rights for script approval and were not allowed to see this video prior to it being published. They are watching this video at the same time that you are. As such, I'm still free to tell you how I truly feel about the speaker, whether good or bad. I'm telling you all of this because I believe in transparency and honesty with you as the viewer. As always, please be sure to watch multiple videos before making your final purchase decision. If you're interested in watching a video about my favorite Soundcore earbuds, check out the video that I'll leave for you right up here on the screen. With that said, my name is Jefe, and I'm out.